Okay, so we can begin. Tales of Arise, everyone. Here we are on the spaceships. I don't remember what we called it yesterday. Well, not yesterday, 2 days ago. But it did have a name. It was a weird name, so I cannot remember it. But yeah, we are on our way to Lenegis. Which I suppose is the small one, where the beam comes from.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there.
That's a good
They didn't
point.
exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically
Oh,
the
wow,
gist.
okay.
As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Yeah, I can imagine. People wanted to stay away from her.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
Also good question.
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
And let's not forget Volron's body disappeared from the scene.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Turns out all the rune crafting in the league is useless for my character because I'm not using a weapon. Wow, you you chose like the one build that doesn't use a weapon on the weapon league. To be fair, I'm doing a melee build and I still have to touch a single melee weapon. I'm playing with bows now. So I'm not doing much better, to be honest. Because leveling with melee sucks
There's
now.
no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Okay.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I feel like it's eerily empty.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
It's like a spaceport. It should be brimming with people.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Maybe it's abandoned and completely run by AI.
What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Fair enough.
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time?
Well, we can get there and see what happens.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
And if not, we're just gonna break in somehow.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
You know, the AI theory, it's unlikely for one reason only. The game has about 10 monster models, and then they recycle and recolor them, and there's no robot model, so it's unlikely that it's run by AI.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renins. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
I mean, we are on Lenegis. Completely foreign territory. Look at this place. Oh my god, something bad's going on here. Why is everything broken and on fire? Did we do it? Accidentally? What the heck? Not the paradise they told us it would be. Did it break apart when they activated the beam?
What in the world?
Yeah.
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
But do they care?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say
Yeah.
in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Let's see, random NPC, generic. No, it's oh, is that one of those guys
I'm glad to see you're
who's playing the violin?
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home.
Wow, okay,
Let alone
that
the
sucks.
Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
Ooh, that was the other one, wasn't
No.
it? The one that
see.
screamed at him.
Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
Angry?
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
Alright, though? You alright? Okay.
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at
That
it,
a good
we
idea?
can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Bunch of Danans
Let's
asking
leave the talking to
Rhinans about
Shion.
things.
We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses
Yeah.
around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Well, for them you are. So why not play the part? I mean, doesn't mean we are, but... Just for the sake of not starting a riot, seems prudent to go along with the lie. Hey, old man.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris?
Yeah?
I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same.
This
I
eye.
returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries.
Really?
I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Okay, interesting. So we had a few Dolim ancestors. Are they wearing shorts or trousers? What kind of fashion trouser is this? Oh my god. That is horrible. Wait, are they all doing it? Oh my god, they're all doing it. No, hang on. The girls are not. It's just the boys. Oh, maybe it's... Is it... No, they have shoes. The girls have, like, high boots. Or normal pants. Look, she's normal. Yeah. Oh no, don't ask me. Oh, hey. Thank you so much for helping. A fancy parfait recipe filled to the brim with fruit and cream. Though extremely satisfying to eat, eating one risks developing more than a few cavities. Oh my god, is it that sweet?
Everything will be okay now.
You know what? Worth it.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process.
That's a good question.
It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why?
Why do all this?
Yeah.
What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
I mean, the crown contest is
Whatever their purpose,
basically over.
disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their end game is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
I'm telling you, my theory is that Rena is basically a dying planet and needs astral energy to survive. Or it's over for them.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
That is true, they're all dressing in white.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
She's got normal pants on. And a vest, basically. So, by the way, I was, when I was rewatching that scene, right, and them talking about the Red Woman, I noticed that every single one of them that didn't see her was a Renan, and the only people that saw her were Danans. Because at the start, this Alphen said, yeah, she was right next to Balzef. And Shion said, like, oh, I didn't notice, I never saw her. And then, you know, when it was next to Doalim, both Rimwell and Law said, yeah, she was right there. And, you know, Doalim said, I don't remember seeing her. And Kisara intervened and said, yeah, she was right there. I thought she was just a servant or something, right? So, there's something going on with that, probably. Very suspicious that only the Danans saw her. I mean, she was hard to miss. She was right there.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
They should have at least remembered something.
Yes. I can't seem to find my way home is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too
Wait,
long, though.
do we still have a
Although our
Sovereign,
paths
by the
can
way?
only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
I was there, wasn't
But
I?
of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first
Well,
and
they're not doing
foremost.
much better than right now, are they?
Oh, why yes, my lord.
Seems like, you know, different system, but same
we've
kind of
canvassed the city
cast.
for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
Exactly.
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena
Does
and
he
Lenegis.
now?
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Uh-oh.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Okay, so something very weird going on with this Sovereign thing, because okay, so the Sovereign is decided every 10 years after the contest, right? So what happens to the previous Sovereign? Why do I have a feeling that the Sovereign is not really a person, but it's something, and the new Sovereigns are getting maybe fed to it?
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do.
What if it's like some sort of entity, and you know, whoever wins the contest has so much astral energy by that point that they literally feed it to the actual entity Sovereign? Because why else would you never see the Lords and the Sovereigns? Like, what's What's the reason? Like, you should know. You should see them in public. But no, they stay on Rana when there's no one around. And if we assume that Rana is basically a wasteland, I don't know, man. There's something really weird going on.
I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Renans and the Lords. That a side quest? Hey, you. You look like you're about to shit yourself. I'm with His Excellency Wolsey Teldilis? Better known as Balsif. Really? He has a name and he chose to call himself Balsif? Wild. I know a lot of people consider him a brood. He can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the member of his house.
Yes!
Always stands up against any who mean us harm. See.
Yes!
They're also trying to improve the standing of the house. Can never dream of serving another lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself?
Wild.
Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
But I mean, yeah, these people are trying to do their own thing. Sure you remember me? I support Alzil Karas, but more specifically his lordship personally. Be trying to share my appreciation. Anyone who will listen, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through his very terminal for all to read and enjoy. I'll just read them aloud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed Hauzil Karas, and his name is Lord Dualim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. The score of boorish, uncouth men of his land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So to find him majestic in his posture, why the mere thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes a sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for a grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall never be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Wow, okay. That was, She forgot about the collection of artifacts. Okay. Okay, she's crazy.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Yeah. How about you? The House Valkyris.
What?
Don't tell me you work for Lord Dualim or that dreadful Lord Almadria, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. That's your question. I come from a family that has served House Valkyris for a generation. I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt. Oh, right, I forgot about Ganabelt. Ganabelt Valkyris. Now, that's a good name. I think of him a cruel man, but I insist that you're utterly mistaken. He can be strict, but he puts Rena interest front and center like no one else. The advocates of rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should get on with colonizing Dana. Oh, wow. Become master of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's The
Annabelle
conquistador.
was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Because to him, you're less than people. Simple as that.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here.
I mean, you say
Or,
that,
viewed
but look at
another
that
way,
down
this
there.
area was simply luckier.
People are fighting the Zoogles.
Pardon me.
The city falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Kaineris. Ruled by the esteemed Lord of Madria. Okay. Only a few women lords have emerged. She usurped the father and previous family master. She also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She's a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants and give her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. No one right now better exemplified the virtues of nation's meritocracy. She literally killed everyone else that was opposing. Howdy, Earthy. You know the rules. Sorry to look so often. I've got a lot going on, but I'm here. Yeah, don't worry about that. It's already nice enough that you stopped by to drop a lurk. Honestly, I really appreciate that. But yeah, don't you worry, and have a good day. Maybe better days will come in the future for me too. Each of the glorious woman sovereign shall be upon us. Okay, so the only praise is that, like,
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival
she
of the
killed
fittest.
every other family member.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
Freak.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Hey, old man.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. I was just reading about Volrun. Can I help you? I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Urwagil Hildris. Who? Omegalol? Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely would still be. They were the true warlord. I don't believe for a second that they perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volrun runs Ganeth Harris, don't get me started. Maybe he enslaves not only Danas, but even his fellow Renans. Oh. He's not the real lord? What sort of family line is this House Ignizeri of his, anyway? Never heard of it until he came along, which means he must have been among the lowest dregs of society. Such an ignoble lineage. What the hell?
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Harros changed so abruptly.
That is
Didn't
weird.
you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Huh.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse them
Renans
for being
live in
pieces
a
of
world
shit.
where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah.
No. They're all
I think it's
nasty
made me
people.
realize that the lords were all people too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they
This
have
guy
loved
didn't
ones in
also.
their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that.
I mean, what they did even on
But
Rena
at the
was
same
horrible.
time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either.
No?
They
Freaking
were
Major
individuals,
killed her father
just like the
and
rest
her
of us.
brother?
So I guess what I'm trying to say is,
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Don't know about that.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Shion
true.
and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
I wonder if these are, like, actually the same race of humans, or they evolved somehow differently on two different planets. Like, are they two completely separate species? Maybe with one common ancestor or something? But even then, like, which one is the original planet? So many questions.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right?
I feel like the Rinwell's magic lineage is probably the key to the common ancestor, right? For some reason, they're all attuned to astral energy, and they're the only one on Dana that can do it. Oh no.
In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
Right.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous
Right?
contest.
Suspicious.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Yeah, but the holocom can be
Now that you
faked.
mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but
Unless they
going on
drain
what
them
we
of their
witnessed in
power,
Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order.
and then they have to remake them.
If even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
Oh yeah, you
No
keep
use
saying that. Let's
standing
go to
around
that
here
freaking
chatting
place. Stuff up here. Whoa. Okay.
Doe?
Oh no.
Faria.
Oh boy.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was?
Shut up, Law.
Why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already.
To be fair, assuming every single other one is dead, Lord Dolim technically is the one survivor and possibly the winner of the crown contest.
Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
That's not something to be proud of.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Damn. Yeah, is he still the same?
Sure, that's it. Run away like always.
Yeah, right.
You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
You don't know the first thing about it. What the what? Hello? Can we all turn around for a second?
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Wow.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
I mean, for what we saw, it wasn't really Dolim's fault, was it? Weren't they like sparring and the guy wouldn't just stop and I kept attacking Dolim over and over and over? And then what happened? Dolim lost control or something?
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation.
What?
Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
You cannot
Now
do
you
it.
got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses?
Oh no, what happened?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
They should have showed them in weird poses. Forsooth. Yes, verily, I say. We have not met
What's this thing?
Tofu. 1 out of 2. Yo, that might be another one for the for the guy's quest. Dude, they have tofu on Lenegis?
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration.
That's a good point.
To avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Wow, it's 5 steps in a cutscene, huh?
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Ooh. Ouch. No wonder she's so
Despite
pissed.
Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart.
Yeah, but you have a pure heart, my guy.
And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renin oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Xion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh. Was that the other guy?
Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Aw, listen to you being nice to Alphen. Sorry, can we...
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Supply officer. Okay, do we have new weapons? Okay, look at this. We have the Gladius Rene. Cool sword. Okay. We have... Oh my, look at this. What do we need? Megafauna bones and dark manes. Sclopitum Rene. Wild name. And the assault shot. Holy crap. Look at this freaking cannon. Okay. Oh, look at this. The pink protector. Protector. And the Scutum Rene. Lovely. Look at that. We also have the Prime Farming issue. I see. Farming book. The Taming Water 3rd edition. Radiant Light Part 2. And the Historia Rene. I'll take the Radiant Light Part 3. Zestus Rene. We can actually make this. I should probably upgrade these weapons. I never use them, but you never know. And over here we have the Supreme Pole, the Hanuman Shaft, of course, the Columna Passio, pretty cool, and the Caduceus Rene. Oh, I like that, with the Helix motif in the middle, which I cannot make. I made a good amount of things. Let's see, sell some items with 31,000 money. And maybe we can buy new armor? Only for her, but not even that good, so I'm not gonna spend money. What about gels? Orange 13, pineapple 12, we're doing pretty good. Should probably buy some life. We have 11 life bottles, we're not doing that bad. I'm gonna buy a couple of heavy treats though. We have a ranch. Oh, look at that. We have rat pigs. Okay, let's make more. Okay, and can I make the accessory for Alphen, like the tier 4 lucky accessory? Casting time minus 20%. Revival chance. Ooh, holy crap. Stamina ring, AG cost chance, half AG. What's AG again? Like a time, penetration, resistance, protect. Lucky bangle, there we go. So we have a bunch of lucky pebbles. Let's see, this is for Alphen, so penetration 40, damage, fire damage 15, it's not bad. Dark damage defense, earth damage, auto damage. I mean, I guess fire damage defense and penetration, this is probably the best one. You don't need water, earth, or dark damage. I will have artist gauge. Oh, right, the one I can use to do arts. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll do this one. Lucky Bangle. And enhance Lucky Bangle. We have a bunch of just some inhibitors, crystals. Let's do, wow, a bunch of awakening pebbles, I suppose. Oh, we're good already. We need a level 3. There you go. Enhance. Now, Elfin. Oh, what's this? Law, friends to the animals. Of course he is. Oh my god, he's got 5,000. Jesus. Just buy random things at this point. Rainbow's got a lot of stuff too. Here's weak point damage. Faster AG recovery. Faster magic charge actually, much better. Kisara. Blah 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 skills. KO prevention. Better evasion. Tempest Wyvern, why not? Sounds cool. Shion. Explosion. Fast shot. Fast AG recovery. And Elfin. It's got a lot of that stupid flaming stuff that I never really use because it drains so much of my HP that it's almost unusable. Increase boost strike damage. And counter damage.
Hey, look! We've got way more.
Then rest and let's cook a... Where's that thing I just unlocked? Oh. Oh my god. No, I'm actually going to make like the classic porridge. I have to keep...
so good.
I have to keep food materials for the chef quest, so I don't know what I need for him, so I can't really use everything. Oh, here we go.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
So much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elda Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one. Take this! I'm not done! It's almost too strong.
Goodness me.
Be my guest.
These guys are tough. Whoa. Who's going crazy? Shield for a change, huh? Is she even going to use it? Shield?
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Okay. Not bad.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Glaciating between heaven and
I'm not done. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. Not a chance.
And now it's Kisara.
Time Explosion! A whirling struggle. Burning strike! Winds of heaven! Burst forth! Breeze lancer!
Wind!
Igneous!
Take this!
Round and pound!
Raining slash!
Ow!
Tiger blade! A whirling
Raining slash!
winds of heaven! Burst forth!
Okay, wow.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure.
Are they like the
They just
Volrons
attacked without
guys?
warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Yeah.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Platinum dog tags and lustrous astral crystals. Fair enough. Also, okay, this is a bit of a squiggly map. What the hell is that? Okay. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, look at these guys. Radioactive wolves. Oh, and they have this stupid movement thing.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and coupling to me.
Ow.
Winds of heaven! Radiant force!
Dude, I can't.
Here I go! Going saving this one! A chain between heaven and earth!
Finally.
A wailing dance of lightning! Pierce evil! Divine down!
Eat dirt!
Hurricane spark!
You're mine!
Sweet dreams!
Struck!
Pierce evil!
Raining slash!
More where that came
Blow
from!
away!
Shattering the pieces!
Pierce evil!
Dude, can I kill that thing, please?
Dragon swarm! My
There we
turn!
go.
Dragon swarm!
Make it rain!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact clock!
What happened to all the others? Did they were? Oh wow, they got
This should
just
come in handy when crafting weapons.
killed by everyone else? That's wild. Okay, that's the thing. A force mantis.
Don't tell me! No escape! Raining blast!
Ow.
Time to cross blade!
How about this? Winds of
Raining
heaven!
blast!
First
Look sharp! Blow away!
This one I never miss! Blah blah blah! Hurricane foot! Air thrust!
You're mine! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Think you can fly?
Slash!
Hurricane healing circle!
This one keeps charging us!
That's
I'll burn it all! Ah! Flaming pillar! Fire!
The Slain Pill Fire Pyre doesn't even do that much damage, to be honest.
Blow away!
Kinda sucks.
Here goes! Lightning condensed!
Very fancy looking, but
Raining blast! Try harder! None can!
Reload!
Raining blast!
Great hit!
Blow away!
Heaven and earth! Going in! Wailing dance!
Blow away! Raining
Hurricane
blast!
dreams! Reload!
Blow away!
Now you see what I can do!
Raining slash! No further!
Another radiant storm!
ow, ow,
Raining slash!
Come forth!
ow.
Pillars of purity! Save!
Actually, it doesn't hurt that much, to be honest.
Hurricane
Blow away!
Except if you bring Walla, you stay right in front of it as you cast his worst ability.
Heaven and earth! Freeze land! Lightning! You all!
You're mine!
In here!
Raining slash!
Going in!
Blow away!
Where are you going?
Try harder! Not a chance!
Thanks, Shion.
Here goes!
Blow away!
We would have lost our super.
By the power of flame! Blah, 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 magic!
Fucking
Holy land!
free will.
A chain between heaven and earth!
Throbbed in pain.
Piercing roar! Pierce evil! Here's the dance in the wind!
Oh, this is bad.
A chain between heaven and earth!
Coming through!
Is this better?
Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I don't know if it is.
Dragon Swarm!
Time to... Here's the healing
I
art!
think it's dead now.
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
Wow, tough,
I can feel my power growing!
tough enemy. Before Manted Claws. Which we kind of need. I also need the Wolf Maze.
Dragon Swarm!
Inferno!
Ow.
In here!
Watch for their range attack.
Take this!
Alright, Kisara.
I'm not done! Engage!
This one's not.
It's freaking wolves, man.
That'll bring you down.
Awesome.
I'm not done!
I'll heal you now.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis. Here's a healing
It's
art.
too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up. In a bind?
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
Did Kisara miss the window to do the thing? What is happening? They used to get it every time, and now...
This ends now.
Oh no.
Consider yourself finished!
Missing a lot of overdrives.
I'm not done! No escape!
Healing circle.
Next! Not a chance!
Chain between
No
heaven and
escape!
earth.
Ow, 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 he did that?
Going in.
Sleep now. Damn it.
Appearance throbs in pain.
We're not finished! Here I come! Wing! Slice! Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
You never really see the Kisara and Law combined ability. Shortcake recipe. Oh my god, why are they making me so hungry?
Hi, Hoodle.
Yeah, no, you're not casting it on.
They really don't give up, do they?
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! You're mine! I can carve through armor! I'm not done!
Burning!
Dragon Swarm!
Pierce evil! Supernova! Freeze laser!
Ready? Try harder! Not a chance!
Here's a healing art!
Dragon Swarm!
First aid! Time to shine!
Crush!
Raging cascade!
It's on!
Slice!
Point blank!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Finish without between heaven and earth!
Crush! Crush!
Dude,
A wailing
Dragon Swarm!
I missed my chance as well. What the hell is going on?
Tiger Blade! Think you can fly? Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
A weird fight.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
That is some fine materials. I need to go back, technically, and craft, like, Ringwell's book and Shion's gun.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Oh,
Is
Jesus.
someone making them stand guard over the forbidden?
Oh, I had to.
Get
Really?
lost!
Sorry?
The normal
Got that?
crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Thank you.
Smash you! Blew away! I'm not done! Blew away!
Where are you going?
Can't get out of this!
Try harder! My turn! Eat dirt!
Going in between heaven and earth.
Rain flash!
Yeah, we don't do much damage to this thing.
Going in. Finish with that
Blew
train.
away!
I'll be
Try harder!
It doesn't even have like a weak spot or anything.
Dragon Swarm! Take this! I'm not done!
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil. Freeze laser. Chain between heaven
Rain
and earth.
flash!
Hurricane
Blew away!
A wailing
Rain
Lightning
flash! Switch to anything in armor is all mine.
I'll heal you all.
Burning slash.
On guard.
You're finished.
Healing circle.
Denied. Thanks, Shion.
Now or never.
Hear me.
Now you see what I can do. I owe you one.
Run, 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 run.
I'm not done. No further.
Run, run, run away.
Here I go. I'll take you all off.
Oh, there she goes, finally.
Flare Demolisher.
There. How's this?
Going in.
Down in the wind. Now.
You picked
Here's
the
a
wrong
healing
part.
word. More for the stop.
Guardian Field.
Raging storm. This one's mine.
Blew away.
Steel hammer.
Burning
Iron
slash.
flame.
Blew away. Now. Here I
Here
come.
goes.
Stop.
Oh, Kisara's going again.
Burning slash.
Oh, it's too late.
In an instant. Impact clock.
That wasn't too bad. Not sure how many CPs we used. But I honestly thought it'd be much worse. What do we have here? Oh, hello. It's a lot of you guys. This is gonna be a mess.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this one.
No escape.
Armor won't save you. How
You're
about
finished.
it?
Clear. You're on.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
This is awful. This is really awful.
I don't even know the word defeat.
Appreciate the help.
You're mine.
I'm glad the Shin is just going nuts.
This one's all
I
mine.
think I need that.
Far enough.
Winds of heaven. Burning.
No chance.
Glacial spear.
Struck. Raining slash. Dragon swarm.
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Here I come.
Whirling struggle.
No escape.
This one's
Winds of
mine.
heaven.
Dragon swarm.
Sleep now.
Hurricane This one's mine.
Here I come.
This one's mine.
Oh, we got stuck here with a bunch of them.
Escape.
On guard.
Did she not use her special? God damn it. Guys, what are you doing?
Hurricane
away.
Between
Look
heaven
sharp.
and earth. Pierce the evil. The wind of
This isn't ideal.
Divine
Strike.
savior. Magic
Dragon
and
swarm.
ordeal.
Ow.
Into the fray. Radiant
Go nothing back.
Okay, here.
You're mine.
flame. Inferno crop.
Eternal devastation. Dazzle.
Healing circle. Hurricane.
Okay, they missed again.
Dragon swarm.
Hear me.
Appreciate the help.
Burning.
away.
Do it.
Blew away. Coming through. Ha!
Well, I didn't get the Sovereign one, but at least I got the normal one.
Scarlet Inferno.
Here, let me help. Astral energy. First
Dragon.
Take this.
lightning condemned.
This one's mine.
Dragon swarm.
Look sharp.
Came between heaven and earth.
I'm ready.
I was trying to dodge.
Swarm.
There is no animation cancelling in this game, so if you just get stuck once or if you're in a combo, you're not getting out of it.
Frozen.
Hammer.
Here's a healing arc.
Which is especially evident when you're doing something like this, which is a 4-hit combo.
Dragon swarm.
Here I
Make
go.
it rain. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
Alright. Very chaotic.
I can become even stronger.
Very chaotic fight. But we did get some red sage, which is really nice. That's max HP, which is gonna go to, at this point, probably Ringwell. She's done worse than Shion. And Shion isn't dying as much as she used to, so it's not that bad. Now, can I do some sort of weird maneuver where I... Oh. Yeah, but should I though? Here's the thing. I actually should kill them. Get some level.
I never miss.
I wish that wasn't the case, but I feel like I have to kill them.
Guardian Field.
In here.
I'm not done.
Let me at him.
I'll be saving this one.
Dragon swarm. No escape.
Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Think you can fly?
Blew away.
Oh.
Piercing
Glacial
Raining
spear.
slash.
Here's evil.
Here I come.
Freeze lancer.
I'm not done.
Dragon Form!
Illuminate Inferno! Cut forth!
Dragon Form!
Shion! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Not a chance!
Gemini Hawk!
Strike!
Far enough! By the power of water!
What is that guy doing? I should probably take care of that.
Winds of heaven! First force!
Wind!
Cyclone!
Strike!
Now!
Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven!
Soaring spear!
Smash to the
Strike!
Flaming meteor!
Fire for force! No escape! Engage! You're mine!
Let the marksman handle this!
Strike!
You'll never miss!
Glacier fire! No escape!
Where that came from? Here's a healing art! Ready! First aid! Inferno
Ow.
fire!
I got hit with a bottle of gun.
I'm not done! Dragon Form! Can't get out of this!
Burning
You're mine! Breaker!
Hurricane
I'm not done!
Strike!
Raining slash!
Look sharp!
Flew away!
Hurricane
Strike!
Blow!
Armor won't save you!
There, let's do it!
Jolene! Hey! Ha! Blow them away!
Nice. I should do more law combo. I never do them.
Don't push yourself too hard.
So we are level 42. Yeah, we're still under level for this zone.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Bring them down!
Confiscated!
I'm not done!
Glacial
Denied! So much for talking it out!
Hey, Goblin. Are you winning? I think I am. For the most part, I think I'm winning.
I'm gone! I'm all stuffed up! Flaming me!
Ignite!
Raging charge! Radiant hit!
No escape!
Lightning
I'm not
condemned!
done!
This one's mine!
These people talk so much, it's actually hard to
Here's a healing art! Where are you going?
know whatever is happening at any given time.
We're not finished!
I'll take you all on!
I was just waiting for the law ultimate where he summons a bunch of pigs and cows. I wish they... Wow, Kizaru, that was huge. That was a big attack.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here,
My turn!
here goes!
Fall back!
I owe you one for that.
Void Flash! Strike!
Release going in.
Void Flash!
Do it!
No! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help. This one's
I'm not done!
Just like a chain between heaven and earth.
Strike! Fire!
Alphen, you can calm down now. The juggling is done.
In here! Look sharp! Let me to the fray.
Win harder? I'll try.
Seems about right.
There's probably a boss fight coming soon, so I'll try to win much harder. $20,000 in a chest. Useless to me. I can spend 10 minutes fishing and probably make more money than that. Oh. Is this it?
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
Space fishing?
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Fishing?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Alright. How do I activate the sovereign thing? Can I do it? Can Alphen do it at will now? I guess he can. Okay, yeah.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Is that young Alphen?
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts. as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same.
1 day away from
we couldn't
retirement.
do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Did they all see that?
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly?
Yeah.
It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
Danon astral energy.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing.
How does it matter?
Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened.
Yeah, true.
Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too.
I mean,
if
not
I
just
can.
bad, but not good
This is
anyway.
just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Oh, I can't tell what's happening in here. They gave me full healing. There's a boss fight. That's what's happening in here. Unclaimed DLC items. Did I just see that I have unclaimed items? What? Huh? Hold on. Wait, what is it then? The Muramasa replica. Ooh, that's actually a pretty cool katana. But I mean, come on, we have a cool sword already. And we got the hair clip. The Bucky, oh my goodness. And a handmade hair clip replica. Which is another clip, okay. And what was it? A rod for Dualim? Ooh, that's actually very cool. And what was that? Hunting rifle for Shion. Oh, okay. Well, doesn't matter. Let's go. Didn't know I had a few things. Alright, what are we even fighting here? Big Zoogle? Oh no.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we
Oh
encountered
no,
outside.
no. Is that a core? Is that the Darkness Master core? Wow. Alright, that's a pretty cool looking thing.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
The tormented limbs. Yeah, I can see the limbs are tormented.
You have to control Zoogles like that before?
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Knock it down right away.
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogles, then we get some answers.
Aim for the weak point.
Have a bad feeling.
A chain between heaven and earth.
What the frick? Okay. Nasty.
This one's mine. Healing circle. More for the
Now you see what I can do!
Lightning meteor.
Can't get out of this!
This one's mine.
Crossing! Raining slash!
Cold break.
Take it down.
Raining slash!
Look sharp.
Blew away!
There.
Raining
One more.
slash!
Can't be mega ray.
Blew away!
So let's get it on her.
Crush! New escape! Try harder! Here I come!
One last shot.
Raining slash! You picked the wrong shot!
Dude, I'm actually tearing this thing a new one. It's already almost half dead. Didn't really do much.
Anything in armor is all mine! Look sharp! Now you see what I can do! Look sharp! Try harder!
The attacks are fairly linear as well. Like nothing too crazy.
Blew away! Try harder! My turn! Need to pull my
Time to let it rip.
Time to let it rip. Are we doing Beyblades?
Eternal devastation.
in here.
Lightning thrust. Strike. I'll burn it all.
Time to let it rip. Rip and tear.
Flaming pillar. Fire.
A whirling struck.
In an instant. Impact cross. You're my
Hurricane lightning. Supernova.
Lightning
In the
thrust.
sky, it's mine.
Out of almost 5,000 damage with a crit.
Air thrust. Hurricane strike.
Oh, but now it's going rampant.
It's gonna attack.
Wind, watch out.
Okay, let's see what it does. Just swirls around. That's not that bad. Okay, so it keeps doing this. That's not too bad at all.
I'll be saving this one. Oh, sparkling stars of light. Rain down and glacial speed.
I mean, even better if I can let it teleport away from my team, you know? Okay, now that seems bad.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
Why did I do this here? So fucking dumb. Okay, at least they're done. Wait, are they now? No, no, they're not.
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Okay, sorry, you should never sit anything out. You have 49 HP though, so maybe you should sit this one out. For real.
Raining slap. Try harder. My turn. Can't get out of this.
I heard you. I heard you fucking Greenwell. I heard you go blah 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 blah. Stop that.
Their hearts were in lightning. Thanks so much. I never miss. Photon, lightning not on my watch. The power of light.
Raining slap. Blow away.
Engage.
Could probably not be right there.
Magic is out. Glacial spear. Here's evil. Dance in the wind. Free blizzard.
Down.
Chinese supernova. Raging cascade. Spread.
Blow away.
Make it rain.
So easy.
All yours, Kisara.
Nice. This was such an easy boss compared to the last one in the volcano. No, not the volcano. Which one did we fight? I don't know. It was one that made me use so many
Now it's
consumables.
just her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria.
Quick. Punch her in the back of the head.
Another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
I mean, basically the same idea I had. Maybe with less brain damage.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her.
I never understood though why in like some movies and some like TV shows they show people punching people in the guts and they pass out. I don't think that's how it works. Like if you punch someone in the which one is the one? Where is it? Is it the one on the left or the one on the right? Maybe if you punch someone in the liver, they actually pass out. I know that they do it in boxing. Which is why they always keep like the the elbows down to guard the bottom of their belly. If you get the wind knocked out of you hard enough. But that would be the lungs. That would be like in the middle of the chest, not like in the stomach. Like if you get punched in the abdomen, there's really nothing there. There's just the intestines and the stomach. I don't know. There's a vasovagal response. Oh yeah, that could be. There's a big, I mean, there is a vagal syndrome that makes you pass out when you poop. So I guess if you have put enough pressure under there, I suppose that can happen. But Jesus, I feel like if you punch someone so hard that they actually have a vasovagal response, you probably, I don't know, probably cause some internal injuries. I feel like passing out is the least of the problem.
Meant you.
Shion, please, can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about...
Yes, why does this guy sound like this? I'm not sure if I'm really liking it. Maybe it's how shows people getting knocked out of getting karate chopped in the neck. It's just a cool thing that's not really possible. The thing is, with the neck, you have two major things passing through the neck. One is literally the carotid artery, which is the main artery that brings blood to the brain. So I can see why that could cause issues. And also, you literally have 90% of your nerves going through your body, passing through the neck. So neck is a much more vulnerable spot.
Arnigan, about how he really died.
Again, not sure if you can really
sorry,
pass out
I
from
had
it.
no
But...
idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
I mean, this feels personal.
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that.
Yeah.
Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Damn, why is Kisara
right.
such a
So long as
good
we've
character?
still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Yeah, you like puzzles,
Shion.
don't you?
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much
Well.
for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right?
Not too hard, let's say. What's up?
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Oh, here we go. Oh, what is this place? Wait, were they collecting the energy even 300 years ago? That beam of light seems like... what's up with all the tentacles, dude? Also, have you noticed how the Sovereign has the right eye and the Maiden has the left eye? Are they trying to make something that has both eyes?
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Yeah, they were absolutely doing the same 300 years ago. So they are trying to replicate the ritual right now. Whoa. What the? The thorns? Wait, what the heck was that? Is that a thorn demon? What the? Huh? What in the world just happened there?
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
But it wasn't nothing, though.
So, everything we just saw...
There was something in there.
Those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her... It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
What happened to
If
Alphen?
that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing
The
us
will of
these
Dana is more
visions,
balanced, though, isn't
I don't
it?
know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
Yeah, we don't want any surprises
I'm
at the end.
sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. But whatever happens.
What do you mean the only way is forward? Turn back for the time being.
I just need a little time first.
Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Am I ready? Can I teleport? Oh god, I really cannot teleport in here, huh? So I cannot go and make the weapons.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
Ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
I mean, to me it's more likely that with enough astral energy you can probably leave some sort of message, you know, made of astral energy. If you're powerful enough, like if it can even become sentient at this point, it's not too far-fetched to think that it would be able to at least to write a message or something like that.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
That's an expensive sticky note. Yeah, very expensive. I mean, not even expensive, it's just that not many people can actually do it. You need basically the amount of astral energy of a lord.
Soon, I have to be ready to face anything.
Alright, I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. Let's go. Zephyr, deceased. Oh. Are we about to We're about to see like a 10 hours cutscene. Who knows?
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure.
Oh yeah.
We can check it out.
Look. This is where we were walking in the vision of old Alphen. 300 years ago, Alphen. This is a room with all the scientists.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Dessert. I'm kind of hungry, okay? I've been eating very little because of the heat. Well, actually, and then I get hungry at random times. What? An operating table, many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from their operation on this. You don't know that. That's speculation. We know better than speculating. Do we, Alphen? Don't we? Can you,
I think I can make this work.
Yeah.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more.
Do you think they were actually using a Danan because they are siphoning Danan energy and maybe they needed a Danan to make it work? I mean, it doesn't explain why picking a Danan over all the Renans, considering how prideful they are of their lineage and stuff like that.
Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Bullrun.
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Yeah.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
Took him 300 years to make another one, huh?
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment
But to be fair, everything blew up after Alphen, and a lot of people died. Possibly including the scientists.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told.
So they never come back.
But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme.
Yeah, she didn't seem like a mastermind to me.
She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Dude, remember when this was all about liberating Dana from oppression? It's wild where we where we are now. Showing this room's equipment hasn't been used in a long time. Showing Lenegis structures can see pipes for transporting astral energy sticking out of them. Huh. A notice, this area will now be shut down as the project proceeds to the final phase. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Select a topic to explore. Oh, the mask. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. That's why she put it on Alphen, I suppose. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Huh. Brainwashing report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging from Dana's water realm. Okay, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. The system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Donans alike to enslavement. That's option 10.10.5, which is Volron, serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs or special devices. Though it has done so by the sheer governance. Given this method its effectiveness as population control, monitoring the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be the key to this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone the treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The result will be monitored. Ah. Okay, so that was a specific thing that happens to the water core? And to the water zone of Dana? Lenegis. A large-scale astral energy converter. Okay. It primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, the Maiden, and the Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegis. Ah, okay, that's what the ritual was for. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zone around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This other layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because of that, only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony. No contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as the central base of operation for the management and the execution of the crown contest of Dana. Another ritual happened recently. I think it's happening right now. Which is why they have another sovereign, and why technically Shion is another maiden. And we're collecting the Rena's Alma. Any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Detachable harvester, that's the wedge. Massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit's channeling ceremony. This is the tip of Lenegis conduit. See, this is like what I was talking about. When we saw the memory from 300 years ago, there was that beam of light coming from the top in the room where Alphen and the other girl were, right? So at the time, there must have been a wedge on Dana, and they were doing the same thing they're doing right now. Upon landing in Dana waters, they extend two sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathway connects to the center of Dana, meanwhile the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessel placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planetary astral energy and mass. Accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegis. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone regulator area, Lenegis' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel required. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Okay, so yeah, there was a wedge on Dana at the time, and basically Alphen blew it up when it went crazy. Detachable Harvester 2 landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. I see. So they sent the second one where the first one landed. It was just convenient. Created a sort of hole in Dana, which made it easier to connect to the astral energy. The Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the elements. Okay, there's only the elements loaned to Renan Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until Rena's Alma is ready to be reformed. its existence kept top secret. Underneath the core layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. Each lord competes in the crown contest to amass the allotted type of energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from the respective stock of astral energy as necessary. The extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Rena's Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Due to successful regeneration of the Rena's Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed. The crown contest will be permanently halted. So they don't need to do the contest anymore. Whatever they wanted to achieve, they've done it. Spirit cores. End terminals used for the collection of astral energy embedded in biological subject establishes a connection through its body. Connection are used to amass astral energy, which is then emitted from the host body itself. I didn't get a memo. No, not really. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. Okay. Danas must be employed to harvest the astral energy of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it's advised the spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon the death. So, I'm assuming they're talking about the stuff they have implanted in their hands. And also be embedded in Zoogles to control them via astral arts. This physical load on host body tends to produce increased astral energy emission. Upon a confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death from maximum astral energy yields still pending. They were trying to min-max like the collection of astral energy without killing the people. So definitely not what Almedria did. The Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members are chosen to act as Lord, vying to serve as the next sovereign. They're granted level 3 authority, one of the elemental realms, and the master core corresponding, also signed an ID crest. Selection process based on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Only the strongest go to become lords. The position does not inherently make an individual any stronger. We noted that the lords are not the only individual capable of drawing out master core's powers. All Renas must take part in the selection process, and acceptance to the position is mandatory, not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. In the event of an acting lord being incapacitated and can no longer serve in the position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. So we killed like 4 out of 5. They must be looking for a replacement, unless it's not necessary anymore. Unique Adjustment Index Text Subject Report. Report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject Experimentation. Wall Run. Subject possesses high latent potential, exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. The risk it poses surpass even those of the last subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Such it is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Ah. So the guy was unstable, but they chose him anyway because they had a mean to control him. Or so they said. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Grant a level 2 authority and a crest. Dana's subject serves as the base for the creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. That's why they pick Dana. See, I guess most people in Rena don't have that, because they only have a darkness core in Dana and darkness energy. The chapter is statistically rare to uncover within real-world condition. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability it is not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the sovereign powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to security of Lenegis if left unchecked. Which is what happened to Alphen, probably. Support mechanism has to be used for stabilization. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Dana subject are authorized to continue. Unit 2 adjustment are a success. Subsequent adjustment are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. The Maiden acts as a sovereign support mechanism. Grant a level 2 authority at Crest. A Renan subject its function, providing the sovereign with the supplemental dark astral that it lacks. See? That's why. They needed a Danan, because they have the 5 elements plus the light. But they lack the dark, so they needed one that has high affinity with dark. Which is why both Naomi and Shion have like unchecked dark energy in them, and the thorns. In tandem with the Renasalma. During the ceremony is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the sovereign powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trivial activation of the sovereign without the maiden present are expressly forbidden. Neither the sovereign nor the maiden ought to be informed about the details of the channeling plan. Mental instability in the maiden has been deemed the cause of the past sovereign rampancy. Countermeasure must be considered. Okay, so basically Alphen lost control because of Naomi? Naori? I just cannot remember her name. I guess because of the Thorn Curse, she went out of control and then Alphen lost control in turn. In line with plan adjustment, the current subject will have its maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Ah. Very interesting.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
I mean, let's be honest, all I need to regain control is for Kizaru to turn around and I will immediately forget everything else I was doing. I feel like it's a very effective way to distract me for everything else.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is. They can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, It is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Who needs a memory inhibiting helmet when you have Kisara? That's right, Hexa. They could have just stuck a bucket on my head with a picture of a Kisara inside of the bucket. That would have been equally effective. Roman changed for over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped there. 3 life bottle? Oh my god. Am I about to fight something? So it will now be shut down as it proceeds to the final phase. Okay, it's the same thing. Your rape gel. I really hoped for a golden one, but whatever. Equipment for monitoring subjects. Probably had a failure disposal mechanism as well. I see lots of numbers. Looks like logs of alignment between subjects and Lenegis proper. Alright. Can I not teleport out of here? No. I mean, I can teleport out of it. I cannot come back. Oh, here we go again. Oh, look. Speaking of.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain.
It did help with the pain, alright.
Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
That's wild. She gambled on a 10%.
Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Oh, this doesn't look great. Oh, treasure. Heavy trait. Give me a lot of an awful lot of healing and resurrections. Oh, dude, it's the door with the tentacles. I'm gonna drop a save. Oh, what time is it? Just a go. Maybe. Okay, yeah, that's the altar.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Wait, what are they doing?
Naori? What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
It's a log.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renus Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renus Alma instead.
Oh, okay.
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renus Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renus Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well.
I see.
Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
So there was a way to lock the curse in the Renus Alma?
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Good question. Whoa. What the? Damn, I look fancy.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Right.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renus Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
Yeah, basically.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renus Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renus Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
The problem is,
Xion.
Whoever's doing this has a Sovereign as well. Don't know if
possible.
They have a Maiden.
You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril, It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Rennis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Sorry, what did they say? I heard the word
Miracles just seem
asset
to
and then I
follow
kind of
wherever
lost
you go, huh?
the plot.
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Look how fancy
Now
we
let's
look.
get
We
moving,
have to
shall
make the
we?
most of it, right?
Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Alright. We still don't know anything though.
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion.
Yeah, exactly.
You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible.
That things you,
No,
you guys
the
can do when
truth
the
is,
thorns are gone.
I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to
I
happen.
mean, if it doesn't work out in the end, the
here to
world
make
ends,
sure it
so
won't.
who cares?
Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
Dude, all this
I believe
happiness,
you,
somebody's going to die.
Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Shion unlocked the latest maiden. XAG Revitalize. 80 CP, that's a lot. Increase alt casting resilience, that's pretty good. Alt casting time during combos, even better. CP restoration when full, also very good. I acquired the Sodale Arthalis, a new sword. And the Gam Arthalis. Las Firakis. Very hard to pronounce. Oh, that's a good outfit. And Alphen looks fancy. That's what the Renaissance sat 300 years ago. Now it gives off no trace of power. Okay, so they gave me like new weapons and armor. How good they are they? Weapons pretty good. The outfit is actually worse than the reflector armor. Not by much, but oh, also, don't we have a tier 4 lucky bangle? There you go. She's got that, which is actually better than the witch's dress. Okay. so now what? Still no teleporter anywhere nearby.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Alright. Well, look, it's getting kind of late. I'm gonna go through the next door, see if there's another cutscene, and then I'm gonna probably save as soon as I can and leave. But man, good stuff. Like, lots of story happening today. That seems like... Honestly, I might just stop here. This seems like a long thing. If we're going for like boss fights and stuff like that, yeah, I think might be a good idea to just continue next time. Besides, I'm a little tired. I woke up at 5 again. Oh man, really enjoying it. Oh look, they change outfit in the menu as well.